This is Lord Thaddeus Gray, obviously. What's this one going to be about? I'm actually going to keep this one straight to the point. This is definitely more, I'm not going to say exactly cryptid, but it's definitely kind of leaning towards more of that direction than what I've been doing. I'm still going to be working on The Gunman from the final chapter. If you guys want to listen to it or watch it or whatever, be my guest. I appreciate all those who supported me through that series. But this is not about that. This is about something else. This is about a condition more than anything else. And like I said, it's definitely connected to many possible cryptid sightings and different things, without a doubt. So that's going to kind of go into that category, the theories and experiences, make no mistake. Okay, I'm talking about lycanthropy. The ability to literally change into another creature. I'm not talking about like shapeshifters like I was before. I'm talking about this one condition, if you want to call it that, or a disease. Of course, Hollywood has definitely had their fair spin on such things. Of course, the Wolfman series, the franchise. The Howling, definitely An American Werewolf in London, which is a very good movie. I mean, all these are fine works of art, but is there fact to them? Yes and no, I believe. Do I believe that there is a condition called lycanthropy? Yes, I do. I definitely believe that there's something with that. It's actually a psychiatric condition where a person is literally, they think like, or they believe that they are an animal, or almost of a feral mindset, heightened sexual desires, and other kind of things, destructive impulses, negative usually, nothing really great with the situation. It ain't good at all, but that's just how it is. That is the supposed psychiatric condition, and it's very rare, but people do have it. I mean, hell, especially now, you have so many individuals, and I'm not talking about that SJW woke garbage either, so don't go there. But I'm talking about people who legitimately have situations. Like I've known, I've been close with people who have actually had what I call gender dysphoria. Gwen and Stacy, one of them ladies, I believe, has that. She's literally a dude in a woman's body. She was like that from birth. I'm not. The only reason I'm bringing this up is because abnormal or things that are not normal appear. Well, I'm a prime example of this. Are a lot more common than you think. So something like lycanthropy is not something to really laugh at. It's potentially very serious. Now, what is the history of lycanthropy? Well, I'm going to give you the meaning of what it means in the Greek term. Lycan or lyka, if I remember right, is wolf. And you have thropa or thropos, or lycanthropos. Thropos, of course, being man. Wolf, man. Or beast, man. Now, of course, it has gone through other types of conditions, but now, I've talked about werewolves, of course, in the past, lichens and werewolves and all that. But I'm talking about more of the situation or the mental itself. That's really what I'm going into in this situation. I'm not just talking about, like, the werewolf or the wolfman. I'm talking about other things, too. There have been so many things throughout history and the legends of, of different cultures and what people have put out. What exactly can I say? I can't tell you. There's been stories of people that are literally connected to certain types of spirits, or maybe literally a potential infection, maybe a demonic infection. Do I believe it's possible? Yeah, very much so. Because again, you got to remember, I say this so many times, there's always fact behind the fiction. I believe a lot of these, how can I say this? A lot of these situations are, like I said, with Hollywood, it's definitely some kind of soft disclosure. Do I believe the werewolf movies and stuff are? Oh yeah, definitely. Now, I'm not saying everything's connected by the full moon or anything, but there's definitely something with that. But I want to put this out there. I've said it before. Think of the old legend of Lycian. This is kind of where the term lichen comes from, or lycanthrope, whatever. Lycian was a king. This is in the old Greek tales, mythology. He was a king, a vicious bastard, evil son of a bitch, just horrible man. And Zeus was not happy about this. He was like, oh, hell no, this ain't happening. I'm going to test this guy. Because even despite the Greek god's shortcomings, and I do believe there was a version of them that existed, possibly, that they were not all evil. There was actually some decency in them, which may surprise the hell out of many people. And this was one of the better angels of Zeus's nature, which came calling. What I mean by that is simple. He tested this man. He basically came down, and Lycan tricked him, or tried to trick him, because he had butchered his own sons and offered them an offering to Zeus for a feast. And Zeus was like, "What the? Oh, hell no, you're an animal. You know what? You're really an animal. You know that, dude? I'm going to change you into one." He changed him and his surviving sons, who were kind of there was one son that he had killed, I believe. Not all of them, just one. And basically the others were in on it, and he was like, "Oh, hell no." They all became basically werewolves, or wolves, really. Pretty much they were changed into monsters, regardless. That's kind of typical for what the Greek gods would do to punish mortals. In a situation like this, it was justly deserved. But that's just one of the stories. I mean, you hear all kinds of things. Do I think that lycanthropy could be a curse? Yeah, I believe it's very possible. Like I said, maybe an infection where a person is... I'm not talking about like shapeshifters like the other video I did. I was talking about that more as a gift. This is a curse. It's possible that maybe it's passed through bloodlines. Maybe it is an ability people can control, but I wonder about that. I'm just saying, the way I hear about lycanthropy is a true curse, whether it be a mental defect or a spiritual type of situation which ain't cute. I mean, think about it. I mean, it's supposedly very painful, agonizing to change, whether it be affected by the full moon, emotions, or whatever this negative situation involves. It's hardly ever to the person's benefit. It's usually pretty bad stuff. I mean, think about it. If you're forced, I think personally, when it comes to the ability to change into an animal, it's not always painful. Like, I think, many shamans, priests, male or female variety, witches, many of these individuals most likely have a deal going on which involves the changing of their spirit, which involves the changing of flesh. So I'm not sure if that's going to be too painful or not. But a curse is another story. Or a negative influence. It's meant to hurt. And believe me, I'm pretty sure your body being warped and changed, whether it be on a full moon or something else, it ain't going to be cute. No wonder supposedly werewolves or wolfmen are completely insane and a threat to their loved ones. The agony probably drives them mad every time they change. And do I believe it's possible that these things exist? I believe very firmly they exist, just not the way that we really understand. I mean, that kind of relates also to the dogman. I believe most dogmen are probably natural creatures from the old world, but at the same time, there's other types, like I said. It's like DW says, you have basically the natural, what Uncle Sam's fucking around with, and of course, the demonic. And this definitely goes kind of into that territory. So I think it's very possible that the dogman, at least in some cases, could be a werewolf or other type of being that's been spotted and they're up to no good. Down the hatch, you know what I'm talking about. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm kind of curious what you guys have to say about lycanthropy or any kind of similar situations in the comments. Hit me up on that, because believe me, I'd love to know what you guys think. You guys already know what I do. I am the producer for the Dark Waters family of individuals. Right now, currently, I'm trying to get people for Sean Graham. So, again, you know what I do. You know my email. It's westvic@dogmancams.com. I'm still keeping that for right now for business purposes. You guys be blessed and you be safe.